Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at the new Rogal Dorn tank, having a look at some detailed pictures and seeing how we can fit this in to our army. And recently, this week actually, there was an article on the Warhammer community site. It was an interview with two of the designers, and I found it really interesting to hear about the design process that was involved in it, and I find myself keep going back to look at the pictures because I cannot wait to get this tank and add it to my collection. So I thought, you know what, if I'm going back to this so often, maybe you're interested in it too. So let's have a look together and we can go through all the images. There's some new ones here, some new little details we may have missed before. So let's get right up to date with this tank as we await its launch. And what an impressive vehicle this is. This is going to fit in so well with the other tanks in the army. It's unique enough where it's got its own little features and twists, but it still fits in. So you can really slot it in between the Baneblade and the Leman Russ, and it's definitely going to work. And the datasheet in the new codex is just brilliant. But I'm going to go through that later on when I get the model and once it's built, and I can include some pictures of it with the different features. I'll be magnetizing it so you can have different weapon options, and then I'll go through the datasheet for it. I'll be going with this single cannon, the oppressor cannon. Just brilliant, and this is going to do some serious damage, hopefully. It's got a fair number of shots going out. So it's heavy D6 plus 3, strength 10, minus 3 AP, and then it's 4 damage. So that's great. I really love the sound of that. The twin battle can looks okay, but I don't like the look of it on the actual tank. The stats are good though. It's heavy 2d6, which could result in just 2 shots if you roll like I do, but it's strength 8, minus 3 AP, and 3 damage. So there's potential there for more shots, but I don't know. I like just having that D6 plus 3. I think that's a lot better. Guaranteeing at least 4 shots is a big deal for me, so yeah, I really like that. But when I was looking at this picture for the video, that dude in the top, the tank commander, looks like Hannibal from the A-Team. And you remember that scene where they're flying the tank? This definitely reminds me of that now. If we stick BA on the back gun, put Murdoch popping his head up, this would be a real fun build, doing an A-Team theme for the whole tank. And I'm in the planning stages of a new skirmish game designed around a tank and a tank crew, and I'll be using my Weekend Warrior rule set to make something really unique, a fun little game that's quick to learn, easy to play. It'll be brilliant for your kids and for adults too, and it's all based along Weekend Warriors, which is my book. And if you'd like to find out more about this, the links are in the description down below. You can order it as a PDF or a print book, and if you get the print book, you get the PDF for free, and you support the channel too. So all the details are down below if you'd like to take a look, and I'll be going on about this a lot more next year once I start getting the game together. Right, let's get back to the Rogal Dorn. So the article is really good. They named the designers Dale Stringer and Matt Holland. So it's brilliant that they do that in these articles, because that's missing from the books now. I've been looking back at some of the older books, and they really do make a note of everyone who's involved in the project. So it's nice that they do that on the Warhammer community site. It's really good to hear from the actual people that are involved in these projects. It was good to hear that when they were designing it, they'd had all the vehicles out on their desk in front of them as inspiration and making it fit in while doing things like changing the shape slightly, putting curves in different places, but still maintaining the aesthetic of the whole army. They mentioned that the curves are a little bit different, and you can certainly see that in this image, but it definitely works. It just looks fantastic. This is one of the best images up front, and it looks really cool. Almost a perspective that the models themselves would get as this is rolling towards them. We're going to be able to leave off these side skirts if we want to, so we can see those wheels. That's going to be interesting. So it's going to be good to see the actual sprues and the different ways we can put this together. And even looking at this, you could certainly chip away at it and do some kit bashing anyway, so that's not going to be a problem. Here's a close-up look at one of the sponsons there. So this has got the heavy bolters in there, and it looks like we can change them with multi-melters if we want to, but no option for flamers, so that's interesting, or plasma, so it's just heavy bolters or multi-melters. I think the details on this tank have been nailed, and whoever painted it has done a great job as well, bringing them out. It looks just authentic. I love it. I mean, this is fantastic. They say in the article they've got sandbags, packs, tools, oil canisters, and they've been careful with the sizing, so we can put them in lots of different places if we want to. They don't just have to go on one specific spot or on the back of the tank. So that's nice. There's small stowage parts as well, and it says they're cross-compatible with the new Sentinel kit, so we can go and accessorize those. So if you've got bits left over, we can certainly use them. Here's some close-ups of the tools. I mean, that wrench is just so good. It's done so well. The sculpts on these are just brilliant. So I can't wait to get hold of it and see exactly how many little components like this we're going to get in the kit. There's also going to be smoke launchers, searchlights and sensors, so like we see on all the tanks, I guess, but these are going to go and be compatible with that Sentinel as well, so lots of things crossing over here. They highlight in the article that the kit is going to be very adaptable, not just in how you can put it together, but also how it can look so it matches how you're going to be using it in your army. So if you wanted something light, then you can build it in a certain way. You can leave off those track guards, the side skirts, leave off the sponsons if you wanted to. But if you wanted to go with something a bit heavy and a bit tougher looking, then you can leave all those things on. And with all the weapons that you can add and the different varieties of range and things like that, I think there is a lot going on with this tank. I'm sure you can fit it in so many different ways. Here we can see at the back, there's some fuel tanks that we can put on. Again, it's optional, but if we leave it off, we'll see a crew hatch. And, you know, I like the idea of being able to have that hatch, so I'm thinking that might be cool. But if we can put those fuel tanks somewhere else, that would be good. Whether that will work or not sure. We'll have to wait and see again on the actual sprues themselves. But it'd be good if we can put these in a different location, or just have them separate and mingle them in with some terrain, maybe. It might be nice to try and kit bash something else into a kind of support vehicle for this. That's another one. Or maybe even build like a trailer of some kind that it could just pull along with all stuff on, especially for the game I'm thinking about, where it's a self-contained unit, a tank and its crew off on secret missions and things. So yeah, I think that might be fun to do something like that. Either another vehicle on the side, maybe a scout that can go ahead like a sentinel, or something they can pull along with extra gear. All these little features are just really making it to be a brilliant model for me, and I think this has got the potential to be next year's model of the year. So I can't wait to see what else is coming next year, but I just think this is fantastic, and it reminds me a lot of Fury, the movie. This is certainly a model you could build a whole army around, or a game or story around, and I think going along something like the Fury movie with this would be brilliant. It would just fit in so well, and just the size of it. You could certainly imagine a crew of 4 or 5 soldiers in there. So yeah, I think this has got a lot of potential for some great narrative games. The only thing I'm not sure about is this external gunner. I suppose it fits in with the guard narrative, but for me it just doesn't look quite right, so I'll probably be leaving this bit off. It is optional, you don't have to do it, and so yeah, I think I'm going to be leaving this one off there. I like the idea of having the gun as an option, so I might move it into a different position, and I can certainly imagine using the gun. You've got to have some heavy stubber up there, because it's just going to look good, certainly with all the other weapons as well. But yeah, I just don't want the dude on the outside like that. It doesn't quite look right for me. It does look so mean with all these different weapons and different options. Having those multi-melters on the sponsons just going to be an added bonus if you go that way. You've got options for heavy firepower with this pulverizer cannon in there, so that's quite cool. But overall, just a fantastic looking tank that I think is going to fit in really well with the army. Definitely going with the oppressor cannon myself. I just love this profile. Looks brilliant. And like I said earlier, it's going to fit right in that gap between the Lehman Russ and the Blame Blade. So it's going to be brilliant fun to get it there, play around with the different combinations. Maybe get 2 in an army. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? But there we go, that's a rundown of some of the new bits of info that they put in that article. Great read, and yeah, if you can check it out, have a read through, it's really cool. Brilliant to hear from Dale and Matt, 2 of the designers. Really like that they've done that. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this tank. Is this something you're looking forward to adding to your army? Will you be getting 1, 2, maybe even 3 of these? Let me know in the comment section below. Be great to hear what you think. It's been an Imperial Guard heavy week this week. I've been putting loads of videos out for them because I really am going to be focusing on them next year as my army in 40k. So can't wait to see what's in store for them. The Codex is fantastic. Check that out if you haven't seen the video already. But thanks so much for watching this one. Hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the like button. Subscribe for more videos like this one. And don't forget to hit that notification bell too to join me here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. A big thanks to Tabletop Star for supporting the channel this month. Check out their website, the link's down below in the description. This is a great place to meet people in your area who like to play games as much as you do, so really awesome idea. And of course, a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters for being there right from the beginning, helping me to keep going with these daily videos. If you'd like to join the Patreon supporters, that link's in the description there down below too. I'd love to see you there.